long as you ain't banned, shut the heck up. That's my advice to you, gang. You know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't banned, shut the
EA Sports just dropped.
You know what I mean? But what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, J. Willie Silly, man. AK Mr. Take It Easy. For you end up like Daisy. But make sure y'all follow my Instagram and Twitch in the description down below. And like I say, y'all, they didn't believe in us, but God did. You know what I'm saying? But nah, though, y'all, man. This is not Madden 26 footage. I repeat, this is not Madden 26 footage. You know what I mean? But you know, man, the game is pre-ordered. You know what I mean? College Football 26 is pre-ordered. You know what I mean? So y'all make sure y'all tune into that. It is pre-ordered. You know what I'm saying? And just can't wait to get my hands on it, man. I feel like College Football 26 will be a banger. You know what I mean? And I'm really excited for it, man. You know what I mean? Madden 26. Ugh. I already know it's gonna be trash. I ain't gonna lie. The only reason I'm getting Madden 26, bro, is because of Shadur Sanders, bro. Travis Hunter and them, bro. I'm not getting it because of the game. I promise you I'm not. So, Madden, I expect you to be horrible. Just like 2K, I expect you to be trash. You being trash is not going to surprise me. And I looked on the PlayStation Store. GTA 6 is confirmed. You know what I mean? It says it on the PlayStation Store. May 26, 2026. It's confirmed. No more switching. You know what I mean? So, please, Madden 26, be bad, bro. You know what I mean? Be bad, 2K. I'm not finna ask you again. This your last year. I got to deal with you. Be bad, please. You know what I'm saying? It's your last year. Last year to surprise us. You know what I mean? You're bad again. Oh, well. You know what I mean? But nah, though, man. We got Madden 26 cover plus new info revealed. You know what I'm saying? I haven't touched a 25 game ever since last year. F College Football 25. F Madden 25. You know what I'm saying? F NBA 2K 25, man.
Dropped the
F all the 25 games. We're on the 26.
And they also dropped a very little bit of info that we're going to talk about in this video.
Shadur!
I was also down at EA last week and got to see all of the new things that are coming to Madden 26, so I will also speak on that a bit in this video. I can't get too specific on certain things because they do want to wait until the deep dives and all that stuff roll out, but I can definitely touch on some things and let you know like where the game is headed. We could talk about some of the brief info
today, and this is not Madden 26 footage, chat.
You don't want to miss out on
this is not Madden 26 footage.
Turn the bell icon on because pretty much every week until the release of this game, we're going to be getting trailers, deep dives.
I want y'all to be like, bro, what the freak is this? They look the same.
Information, gameplay videos, tons of stuff. You don't want to miss out on any of that, so make sure you're subbed with the bell icon on. So let's take a look at the covers. We've got Saquon Barkley gracing the cover of Madden NFL 26, which was kind of a no-brainer in my opinion.
I probably can't buy this, y'all. I probably ain't gonna buy this. Yeah, I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can buy that, man. I don't know. I don't know. I can't do that. I can't buy it. I can't buy it, man. I can't do it. We will not get Madden 26 this year. We cannot do it. Somebody tell me why Goofy Op is on the cover. Somebody tell me why is this Goofy Op on the cover. This Goofy Op. You know what I'm saying? I would not buy Madden 26 just because of this. You know what I mean? That is a disgusting cover. That cover is, oh my God. That freaking cover is bad, dog. They could have put Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase needed it. I'm not gonna lie. That right there, that's how we know this is gonna be trash right here, bro. This right here is freaking terrible. You know what I mean? You said DK gonna be on the next cover? We need to change this cover immediately. We probably need to petition this. I don't like this, y'all. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do an op. You know what I'm saying? Op. You feel me? I just can't do it. Look at this, man. Look at him. Look at this op. You know what I mean? Like, you said, don't the Giants love Saquon? We do not like this nigga. You know what I'm saying? That boy asked for a tribute video. That boy thought he was finna get a tribute video. You don't get your little dirty bird out my face. Little stupid bird. You know what I'm saying? This goofy op, man. You know what I'm saying? Josh Allen was on Madden 24, so, you know what I mean? Josh Allen was on Madden 24. Jamar Chase should have definitely been on this cover for sure. You know what I mean? Him being on this cover is definitely unsettling and definitely spiked my nerves. I just want to break some. You know what I'm saying? But you said deluxe version. I'll definitely begin the deluxe version. You know, I will not begin this version at all. I don't want to see this dude at all on my cover. You know what I mean? Just keeping it real with you. But this is a disgusting cover. You know what I mean? I do not respect this cover at all.
The only reason I thought maybe he wouldn't be on the cover is because maybe they didn't want to do back-to-back running backs, because I believe they've never done that before. But I mean, after the year he had, there was no better candidate, and he wears number 26 on top of that, so why not do that? I mean, I remember back in Madden 22, I kind of felt the same way. I thought Derrick Henry should have been on the cover that year, because that's the year that he ran for like 2,000 yards, went crazy, and he was number 22, so it just made sense. They didn't do it this year, but they didn't miss the opportunity with Saquon. They even put the backwards hurdle as the standard cover, which, I mean, it's pretty cool.
Standard cover, so you're not gonna be on a deluxe. I'm not getting standard.
Done in an NFL game, and it's actually in Madden as well, so I mean, it makes sense. Now, funny enough, you'll notice that they don't have the Jags logo on the helmet, and you know, that's really just because at the end of the day, no team wants their logo on the cover of such a big product and looking silly, so that's kind of just like out of EA's hands on stuff like that. No team's gonna want to be looking silly on the cover of the game, but we all know what team he did it to, so either way, it doesn't really matter. Now the deluxe cover.
Oh my God, bro! Like, bro, get this man out my face. Who's a op, boy? You know what I'm saying? Every time I say something about Saquon, people start crying. Shut up. You know what I mean? I can say I want to say about this goofy op boy. You know what I mean? Bro is in the same tier as Kevin Durant. You know what I'm saying? He is a Kevin Durant nigga. You know what I mean? Nobody should respect this nigga other than Smeagol's fans. You know what I mean? Nobody should respect this nigga other than Smeagol's fans. Nobody. If you a Redskin and you praise this nigga, you have a freaking serious problem. This boy did the most slimiest junk in history. He wasn't good enough he wasn't good enough to take a team to the Super Bowl. He needed to go on an overpowered team to do it. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't do it. He was an injury-prone nigga. His bones was weak. You know what I'm saying? His bones was weak. He would never be in that conversation with Barry Sanders. Beast mode. You know what I'm saying? Them type of guys, he would never be in that conversation. Ring chasing nigga. You know what I'm saying? Ring chasing nigga. I told you, as a football player, I do not like this nigga. You know what I'm saying? As a football player, I do not like this nigga. You said I want Saquon Barkley back. I do not want this nigga back. That's what I be saying. Like, I don't know who the freak people think Saquon Barkley is to real Giants fans. I cherish Eli Manning way more than this nigga. This nigga has never done nothing for us. I don't know why people keep talking about some Saquon Barkley like he LeBron James. They act like Saquon is LeBron, like they act like Saquon like a LeBron to Cleveland or something. That's how I think they act like bro is. Bro is nothing of that caliber. He is nothing of that sort. This nigga done nothing for us. You know, out of this whole year, that boy only gave us one playoff appearance, and the jackass got outplayed by Daniel Jones. Why do people think we look at this nigga like he LeBron or something? This nigga's a regular nigga in my eyes.
Cool in my opinion. I personally prefer the deluxe.
You said before Saquon you wasn't doing nothing. We won 2 rings before Saquon. What the? Nigga, what the frick you mean? We won 2 rings before Saquon. We done nothing with Saquon. We did nothing with him. What did we do with Saquon getting 1 playoff appearance? Why do niggas act like we was doing something with him? We weren't doing nothing with Saquon. We were losing. We were trash with the nigga.
Better. I mean, obviously.
I just do not understand. Look. I don't understand. I just don't get how people act like with this nigga we was just winning. They love trying to say you nothing without Saquon. We were nothing with him. Y'all gonna be nothing without Saquon. We were nothing with the nigga. And the first time we made it to the divisional round, he got outplayed by Daniel Jones.
The hurdle is cool, but when it comes
to for me, even when the Smeagol's made it to the freaking Super Bowl, Even when the Smeagol's made it to the Super Bowl, the boy didn't do nothing in the Super Bowl. He didn't do nothing in the Super Bowl. He didn't do nothing. You feel me? He got literally carried by the defense. He got carried by the freaking Jalen Hurts. He didn't do nothing. He was on Clamps Island the whole Super Bowl. If the defense ain't show up, if Jalen Hurts ain't show up, this nigga would have been freaking, they would have lost. Nigga sucked in the Super Bowl. Y'all ain't see him?
I'm just more a fan of the more.
He didn't do nothing in the Super Bowl. He sucked.
Versus in-game shots. I just think for
any running back with it, DeAndre Swift.
Obviously, they're both pretty cool. I'm sure if you're an Eagles
Sanders,
fan, you're gonna love the standard cover just because it actually happened in game. So either way,
he ain't the only running back that did something behind the freaking
reveal today.
Eagles online.
Much, but they did say on Twitter. They said signature QB tendencies, unique coaching schemes, game-changing weather, experience it all in Madden 26. Now, that's very vague. And that's just a very few things that they actually did for the game this year. But we know just by looking at that, I mean, of course, I know what all this means because I went down there, but I don't want to get too specific yet because they asked us not to. But signature QB tendencies, just think about what that means. It's the most popular position in all of sports. What would that mean? It probably means things to do with how they throw the ball, how they release the ball, maybe mannerisms and things like that, making them look unique. Now, we know last year they kind of started doing this a bit with a lot of the major QBs, like how they walk up to the line, how they ask for the snap, you know, how they audible, making them look like their real life selves. Well, I mean, this is just them taking it a step further now. How are they going to actually play on the field?
I mean, but you ain't got no choice, Madden. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing you got to understand. You don't have no freaking choice. You know what I'm saying? You don't have no choice, jackass. You know what I mean? Like, you understand this is the last year you're going to be out before GTA 6. Madden, I just want you to understand this is your last chance, bro. I swear for you, I'm telling you, on my life, on my dead cousin grave, on C grave. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, I never lie on him. I promise you, if you're trash this man, I promise you I will not buy you again. I promise you. I promise to God. If you're trash this year, I promise you it's over with. I promise you, I promise you. I promise you.
They run, how do they throw?
I swear, I'm telling y'all the only reason I'm getting this Madden, bro, because of the draft class. I'm telling y'all, cross my heart. I cross my heart, y'all. The only reason I'm getting Madden 26 is because of the draft class. I'm telling y'all, if it wasn't for Shadur and Travis Hunter and Cam Ward, I won't be getting this jump.
Your QB tendencies pretty much means, right?
I won't be getting this.
Anything else. Unique coaching schemes.
Draft class, save these niggas.
Can't really get too deep on it yet, but just think of what unique coaching schemes actually mean. And this is really, in my opinion, a bigger thing for like the franchise crowd, because you're gonna kind of see coaches be more like their real selves. And they've definitely said this in the past. Don't get me wrong, but I think they kind of got it right this year. But we have to see when the game actually drops, because that's always the other half of it. And game-changing weather. We know weather in Madden has been an area that has been kind of lacking. I mean, they got the standard weather, but we need better weather, and we need the weather to affect the gameplay more. So just,
man, can we get tattoos, bro? Like, I'm like, golly, bro, get tattoos, man. Go all out. Can we get tattoos, bro? You know what I mean? Can franchise mode be that, bro? You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie, I'm running the franchise this year. If y'all don't know, I'm running the franchise, bro. The franchise was too much was wrong. You know what I mean? Why niggas gotta mod the account? Niggas gotta mod the game to get what they want to get. You just add the stuff into the game, bro. You know what I mean? Just add tattoos into the game. Add piercings to the game. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Franchise mode. Make franchise mode lit, bro. Why every time in franchise mode last year, cap space was getting cut off? You know what I mean? I'll tell you the last thing, bro. You said they is adding tattoos. I think, Jay, shut up.
About what game-changing weather means.
Shut the freak up.
Wait for you guys to actually see how cool that stuff is, because you know, it's kind of those things you wish we would have had a long time ago, but now that we have it, I'm happy that it's here, and you'll see just how cool that stuff is. Now, I'm going to let you in on some more important things you need to know about Madden 26, but really quickly, I want to
all this
today's
hype
video
jump.
Sponsor, Underdog.
Man, get this freak out of my face, man. I ain't trying to hear about no underdog, bro. You know what I'm saying? I came in about Madden 26, bro. Stop pissing me off, Eric.
At EA, again, can't get too specific, but what I can say is, and trust me, I'm not trying to hype you guys. Was at EA again, can't get too specific, but what I can say is, and trust me, I'm not trying to hype you guys up here when I say what I'm about to say, because I've been doing this for a long time now, and I'm kind of getting better at
get that nigga on my face.
Unfold, right? EA and Madden has the reputation it has for a reason. Now, I do think over the last few years, they're trying to right those wrongs of that reputation, but when you went so long without putting some of the necessary changes that the game needed, or just not doing things that you did really well on older generations, you know, you can't really fault people.
This op nigga got my my face.
Confidence in the game. And even though you have been adding a lot of things back over the last few years, you know, it's still not where people thought it should be at this time. So I get that. The other thing is, no matter how much you add, no matter how many changes, you know, you put on paper, you still have to deliver it in the game. So you can add a bunch of cool things, but if some of them don't work properly in game or they just weren't implemented great, you know, it's kind of going to fall on its face there. So what I can say is I went to EA this year way more excited to hear about College Football 26. Madden 26 was kind of just extra at this point. Even though I started my channel on Madden, I'm much more excited about college. I'm much more excited to make college content last year and this year. I went in there, I saw the college presentation on the first day, was really happy with what I saw. I was like, yes, they're building on what was already a good game in 25, adding a lot of things that people wanted.
That was not a good game in 25. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody on the Giants gonna have superstar ability except for Dexter Lawrence. Javon Holland definitely is gonna have a superstar ability. Paulo would definitely have a superstar ability, and Brian Burns would definitely have a superstar ability, and Bobby Okereke would definitely have superstar ability. Malik Neighbors will have a superstar ability. You know what I'm saying? Who else, bro? And I'll say for real, Tyrone Tracy Jr. will have a superstar ability. No cap. You know what I'm saying? Tyrone Tracy Jr., bro. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, bro. You know, we gonna see, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we gonna see for sure.
It wasn't there. Tweaking some of the issues that were there. We're good. We're on schedule.
I know Abdul Carter.
I went on day 2 for Madden, and I'm like, you know, I just hope to
word on the street. Jackson Dart probably be the QB1. You know what I'm saying? Like, word on the street. What's Paulson Depot, bro. You know what I'm saying? Why people acting like bro wasn't DB1 when Marshawn Lattimore, you know what I'm saying? Got hurt, you know, not hurt, but traded away, you know what I'm saying? But we added 4 starters to our roster. We added literally 4 starters. You know what I'm saying? We added literally 4 starters. 4 starters to our roster. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, 4 starters. You say Abdul haven't proved nothing in the NFL. Did I say Abdul Carter gonna have a superstar ability? But he will, though. You know what I'm saying? He will. He for sure will. You know what I'm saying? But 4 starters, man. You know what I'm saying? 4 starters. We added 4 starters to the what's the name, man. So
walk away from this, please. You know, let's see. And
people gonna see though, man.
Blown away at what Madden saw. I think personally, Madden won the presentation of the 2 days. Now, again, that doesn't mean that college didn't do good. They did, but I think because Madden is just further away, or was further away, that they had a lot more things that they could do. And you know, typically we kind of get spoon-fed stuff. Some years they do more than others, but what they showed this year, you know, gameplay, they did a lot of good stuff. But what really surprised me was franchise presentation, even superstar mode to a degree. Superstar mode is still gonna have a couple years before it's great, I think, but the changes they made to Superstar and kind of resetting some things and taking a different path with it.
I don't know why niggas be thinking I care. The home of Christ, home for Christ. You know what I mean? You better shut up if I send you to Christ. You know what I'm saying? But nah, though, man, I just don't understand how, like, why people think I care about what you, like, you know what I'm saying? About what you think. I don't care, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm gonna believe in my team every year. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep it real. I'm gonna believe my team every year until I see that we cannot win. I just don't understand. That's just me. At the end of the day, I don't care what you say. You know what I mean? I don't care how you say it. I feel different. I definitely felt different last year, but we still had Daniel Jones. But I definitely feel different this year, bro. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, and if we don't make it, you got to show me, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You got to show me. Every year I'm gonna believe
the right thing there, but
I see we can't.
Franchise and presentation by far
we never
away because they just.
You said franchise and what?
There, but franchise and presentation by far blew me away because they just finally added so much stuff that we've been asking for.
Yeah.
And it really felt to me like it wasn't 1 year worth of work that went into this game. It felt like it was more like 3 development cycles that went into this game because I just couldn't believe the amount of stuff they added. Now, again, I'm not trying to hype you up because just because they added a bunch of stuff, you know, we have to see how that plays when it comes out. That's what I've learned. You can add a lot of things, but if it hits the game and then it's, you know, shallow and it's not as good as what they kind of sold it as, or if some things are just bugging.
Well, I'm not believing nothing you talk about. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe nothing you saying. I ain't gonna lie. Nigga, did you say this last year? I could have swore you said this last year. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to hear none of this, bro. I'm just wait till the game drop. You know, I ain't trying to hear nothing. I ain't trying to hear none of this junk, bro. You know what I mean? Honestly. Just keeping it real with you, man. You know what I mean?
Don't work right.
I'm not falling for this junk no more.
It's not gonna matter that much, and so that's really the big thing. And I hope that
this junk has been trash ever since I've been playing it. Like, I ain't gonna lie. You know what I mean? I'm gonna keep it real with you. This junk has been trash. Ever since this junk has been garbage. You know what I mean? I ain't got time to be hyped up about no Madden junk.
Comes out that those things do work properly, but I do think you guys will be pretty happy when you see the franchise and presentation deep dives, which will be coming out pretty soon. Like I said, on paper, it sounds like a home run. It just depends on how it's actually implemented, how things are when the game is out. But if you can think of like everything that you've been wanting in franchise or everything you've been wanting in terms of presentation, I think a lot of them are going to be there this year. If you could make a list of like your top 20 to 30 things, I think most of those things are going to be there. Now, I don't know what every single person wants, every little detail that every single person wants. Everybody wants different things, but all of the big stuff that you've kind of wanted in Madden, I mean, even going back to decades ago, things that were never in Madden, just think about what that could mean. Things that have never been in Madden that were maybe in a game years ago. Things that you've been asking for from a franchise and presentation standpoint that have never been in the game. I would say a lot of those things are in the game now. I'm not going to say every single one, but I think of almost anything you can think of. I would say at least 80% of the things you could think of, like big things that you've really wanted, they're in the game now. And I was surprised to see because
they're in the game now.
Half of what they did, I still would have said that's a pretty solid. That's a good amount of stuff added this year. But the amount of stuff they showed, really, like, I'm not really trying to hype it up.
You are
just to see it when it comes out for yourselves, but it's just my honest opinion on it. I really think that, you know, when they said, oh, this is the biggest franchise update in a decade,
yeah,
it doesn't mean that much because there were plenty of years during that decade where much wasn't done, but they put a lot of stuff in the game this year. I mean, I think you guys are gonna be excited. If you're not, then I'm at the point where I don't know what would excite you. That's
I mean, bro, I'm gonna keep it real. You say if we're not, you know what I mean, nigga, have you been seeing what we've been playing? You know what I'm saying? You talking about what excite? Just fix the game, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Just make a perfect game. I told you I expect expertise. You know what I mean? Other than that, I don't want to play it. You know what I mean? As long as it ain't perfect, I'm not trying to play it. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is. You know what I mean? As long as it's perfect, I'm not. If it ain't perfect, I'm not trying to play it. I expect perfection. You know what I mean? Perfectise, expertise. Simple as that. Anything below that, I will not lay my hands on it. You know what I'm saying? Simple as that, bro. I don't care. Fix your game, bro. You know what I'm saying? See, straight like that. Fix your freaking game. If you don't fix your freaking game, you know what I mean?
That's truly how confident I feel that at least the information alone will excite you. Again, seeing it in practice is the other half of the puzzle, and I've kind of grown to learn that you've got to nail that half too. You can't just, it's not enough to just put it in the game. It's got to all flow and work well, and it's got to matter, you know, and I think they did a good job of making things matter, of making, you know, this is one thing they said that I feel like I can say is that, like, their goal was to make kind of every week feel unique. And that was, I think, something they've never really said before. And I think that's the right approach, because when you play franchise mode, you know, I don't play it as much as some of you do, but I think that's where it gets boring. Is it's not so much just depth, but it's that every week kind of feels very similar. Yes, you're playing a different team. There's some small differences, but it doesn't feel like every week is truly a unique experience, you know, whether that be just who you're playing, how the coaches are, what you're dealing with as a team and your players, and, you know, the other adversities you might face running a franchise, right? It doesn't really feel like week to week much changes. It feels like you're just kind of going through the motions, checking some boxes, and just playing the same game, but the other team just is wearing a different uniform, right? And from what they showed, it just doesn't look like that's the case this year. It looks like everything is unique. Everybody's going to have different experiences. You're not just checking a bunch of boxes. And it kind of makes sense if you know who Josh Lumen is. I mean, they brought him back a couple years ago, and I remember when I heard him talk last year, I was like, this guy gets it. Franchise will be good sooner rather than later now that this guy's back. You know, he worked on some of the great PS2 Maddens, I believe. He was the guy who did the head coach series, which we know how deep that was. Like, that's your guy working on franchise now. So, you know, if anybody knows what people wants, it's him. And year one, he did some good things, but to see what they did from year one to year two, just, I can't believe they were able to make that big of a jump. So I'm just excited for the deep dive for franchise and presentation mostly to come out, because I do think you guys are going to be super excited when you see what they've done. I'm kind of rambling at this point, but I just feel really passionate about what I actually saw. And again, just really at this point, I just hope that when the game drops, it actually works as intended, because that at the end of the day is the biggest thing. Now, we did also recently just get a bunch of info about College Football 26, and if you want to catch up on that, make sure
College Football 26 gameplay and features. Yeah, I was going to do a video of this, you know what I'm saying? But, yeah, I ain't going to lie. Steelers fans, I'm going to keep it real with you. Steelers fans, my man's like, bro, you haven't won a playoff game ever since 2017, my man's like, honestly, like, y'all had, like, bro, at least like y'all had a good GM, right? You know what I'm saying? You realize we haven't had a good quarterback in dang near 10 years, 12 years. You know that, right? You know what I'm saying? 10 years, 12 years. You know what I'm saying? You said I was allowed to see my win. I don't know how old you think I am, my boy. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, you haven't won a championship since, you haven't won a playoff game since 2017. You got a nerve to be talking about my Giants. Bro, look at your offseason, bro. Look at your draft, nigga. Nigga, do you even have a QB1? Nigga, you finna go with Mason Rudolph. You know what I'm saying? You said we had an old Russell Wilson. That old Russell Wilson took you to the freaking wild card. What was old Russell Wilson working with? Y'all little trash offensive coordinator, Arthur Smith. Nobody finna thrive under Arthur Smith. Name one quarterback that thrives under Arthur Smith. You know what I'm saying? You got that little trash offensive coordinator, and he still took you to the freaking, like, what the freak, bro? You know what I'm saying? You got Mason Rudolph. Nigga, you didn't have a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Shut the freak up. You know what I mean? Talking about some freaking Steelers. Get the freak out of here. The last time you won a championship, bro, was in 2009. Nigga, all you've been doing is get a 9-8, 10-7 record. That's all the Steelers do. Get a 9-8 and 10-7 record. You know what I'm saying? To get your head beat in the first round. That's all you do. You don't do nothing else, Steelers. I don't know why Steelers be talking like they like that, bro. You know what I'm saying, bro? We got an excuse. We had a trash GM every year. Joe is the best GM that we've had. You know what I'm saying? A minute. Do you realize this is the best? This is the only cute nigga say we got Will Howard. Will Howard? Oh my God. Thought you was finna keep George Pickens. Niggas got DK Metcalf. All you had to do, all your little jackass had to do was keep Justin Fields, jackass. You know what I mean? Keep Justin Fields, keep George Pickens, and then draft a wide receiver. It could have been Matthew Golden, you jackass. Matthew Golden got picked late first round. Stupid jackass. You could have added Matthew Golden with George Pickens, but no, we got to pay DK Metcalf. We got to pay DK Metcalf. You know what I'm saying, nigga? Lost DK, got DK, lost George Pickens, then you lost 9.